Hello, stampers. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lori Staley. I'm an addicted stamper with Stampin' Up. And I've been an independent demonstrator outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for over 18 years. If you are joining me, please say hello. Let me know you're here with me. I've got a really fun fold for you tonight that I think you're going to enjoy. And at the end, I have another version of it to show you. So make sure you stick with me till the end. I did want to introduce you to a new product beyond what we have in our catalog, right? And that product is one of our new kit collections, which is fabulous. Where did we go? There we are. Hey, Corinne. Hi, Carol. Hey, Shirley. Thank you for sharing, Corinne. So if you're not familiar with our kit collections, they're pretty cool because they come with everything in it that you need. It has a clear block in it. It has the ink spot or spots in it. It has an exclusive stamp set only available in that kit. Adhesive, glue dots, embellishments, die cuts, all of it. Card bases, envelopes, the whole kit and caboodle literally comes in the kit. And they are fun to do. They're quicker to do, at least for me, than designing my own cards. Hi, Tina. And this one just released on May 3rd. And I thought maybe it might have gotten lost with the launch of the new catalog. So I wanted to make sure I pointed it out to you. I'm in desperate need of thank you cards for some folks that were kind to us during my whole process with my mom, and woefully late in getting them out. But when I saw this kit, I was like, yes, this is what I'm going to use. So I did 27 of these cards in about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes on Saturday. And they're really, really pretty. So this is the paperwork that comes in the kit. It gives you some pictorial explanations on how to put the card together. As you can see, you can look at the pictures to figure out your placement of embellishments or do your own thing. Hey, Thelma. Hi, Valerie. But these are the cards that I made. So really cute. And they're blank inside, although there were additional stamps that I could have chosen to stamp on the inside. But I left them blank so that I can include a personalized message. And I don't know which one's my favorite. Probably the heart is my favorite. But they're all really cute. And all of these little pieces that you see here are just punched out. This is a kit. This is a kit. This is a brand new kit that came out on May 3rd. It's available in the kit collections in my online store. It's called a Million Thanks Kit. It has 9 cards and envelopes, along with the clear block, the ink spot, the exclusive stamp set, the embellishments, the die cuts, the whole 9 yards. And I just wanted to share it because, like I said, I think maybe it might have gotten lost with the introduction of the brand new catalog on the same day, right? So if you're a kit person, I think you're really going to like this one. I really like this one. Sometimes I'm not sure about the kits, I'll be honest, but this one I really, really like. So, and it wasn't very hard to put together, especially since all of those die cuts are done for you, right? So check that out. And you know, any kit is only while supplies last. So if it gets real popular, you may see it sell out, but they have just brought back a whole bunch of them. So there's a lot of good kits out there. Okay, and then let's talk about the card that we made last week. I'm back into my funfold mode for you guys. How about that? Because we're doing another one tonight. And apparently I'm stuck on the blues because my card tonight is in the blues too, which I didn't realize till I sat down to draw the winner for this one. But this is the one we did last Monday night. It's a lot of fun to play with, and it's really sparkly because we put lots of Wink of Stella on that starry sky, which really made that pretty. The winner of this is Sharon Rowland. And Sharon, I don't know if I saw you hop on or not. I know you're sometimes here, sometimes on my Facebook page. So anyway, Sharon Rowland, congratulations. You are the winner of that card. I'll be popping that in the mail to you. If you're waiting on anything from me, it's coming. We just did a mailing blitz here a little earlier tonight. Hi, Betty. Blue is good. Excellent. Thanks, Thelma. But we just did a mailing blitz here a little while ago, and my husband's taking an entire postal container to the post office for me tomorrow. So it is coming. In Color Club members, if you're an In Color Club member, that won't go out quite yet. I'm waiting on my order to arrive to finish that off, as well as for the paper shares. So those will be coming, but they're not quite ready yet. All right, so let's play with our funfold card that we're going to make tonight. Just one final quick reminder. If you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, I would love to help you on your stamping journey. We have so many new toys, and if you don't have a catalog, I'm happy to get one in your hands. My website is addictedstamper.stampinup.net, and this is my May host code. Why is the May host code important? The May host code is important because when you put that host code on your order of less than $150, but $30 minimum, okay, so you must order $30 minimum to qualify for this offer. But if you hit 150 on your order, then you probably want to get your own Stampin' Rewards. So don't put the host code on there. Of course, if you hit $150 on your order, we need to talk, because, you know, we can hook you up with a starter kit and get you a lot more than 150, right? But anyway, with a minimum $30 order on my website using this host code, these are the Just Card kits this month. You earn these for free. If you're local, there's an in-person class, or you can do a pickup. If you're long distance, we just ask for the postage to mail them to you. But the kits are free, all the embellishments, all the die cutting, all the embossing. If there's bows, the bows are tied for you. And there's a full color PDF that walks you through step by step on how to put the cards together. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a demonstrator to work with, I'd be happy to help you. And that would be a great way to earn some card kits. All right. Shirley, not yet. I did not. I saw your email there, or your text there, but I did not get that yet. Okay, let's start with Night of Navy. I said I was into a blue mood, right? So Night of Navy is our card base tonight. Remember, when this is over, I will be posting all the measurements underneath, so you don't have to worry about keeping track, writing anything down. I also put the list of everything that I used there, right? So this is 5.5 by 8.5, just scored at 4 1/4. I have another piece of Night of Navy. This is 5 1/8 by 6 with this 6-inch across the top and bottom. We're going to score this at 2 inches, and we're going to score this at 4 inches. Pretty easy to remember, right? Hi, Julie. All right, and then we're going to fold on those score lines. And I like to fold my paper both ways. So I do like to get those fibers nice and broken down so that it lays flatter. If you have a problem with your cards popping up, especially with your fun folds, just kind of crease both directions, and it will improve the flatness of the card. All right, we have that. So now I'm going to bring in a piece of the lovely linen designer series paper. This side is so pretty, but we're actually going to use this side tonight. And this is Sweet Sorbet on this side, and this is Night of Navy. And we're going to mount that onto our card front. It was a beautiful day today. I had some errands to run. A friend and I ran some errands this morning and this afternoon. And when I got back, I literally took 20 minutes and went out and sat on our deck with our new furniture and just kicked back. And I haven't done that in probably 2 months. So I took advantage of just a little bit of vitamin D therapy. How about you guys? How was your day? Okay, now I'm going to bring in my stitched rectangle framelits. We're using the 4th one down. So the 4th largest die is the one that we're going to use. We are going to center that on our card front. I'm going to grab some Post-it note tape. And basically I'm doing that because I think my brand new, so excited about it, brand new magnetic plate, which guys, it works fantastic, is upstairs because I had my club, I had a club up there last night, and I'm prepping for in-person classes or class tomorrow as well. So I don't think I brought it back downstairs. So we're just going to make sure it stays kind of in place. I'm going to put another little piece down there on the corner. 94. Oh, nice, Shirley. Nice, nice, nice. If I'd have had a book handy, I probably would have stayed out there longer, but I can't tell you the last time I read. So we're going to cut the center of this out. Okay. Now I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine. So you won't see me on the screen there for a minute or two. I'm hoping I have everything else here that I need. Looks like I do. And of course, you want your platform and your plate too, and then a clear cutting pad. Then our cardstock with our die. When I come back on camera, I want to tell you, give you a little tip about, especially these dies, right? Because they are, the stitching on them is fabulous, but the stitching is very close together. And so consequently, sometimes your paper will get stuck inside the die. And if that happens to you, then it doesn't want to cut the die. And that gets to be a little frustrating. So I'm going to show you how to check that if you're experiencing that. Well, that's not something on the floor over here. But I'm trying to avoid doing that. All right, let's see. We got it. Ooh. You hear that pop? I think I need new stitch rectangles too, guys, because mine is not wanting to cooperate with. Of course, neither is my platform here. What's going on? There we go. If that did it. I think it did. Okay, so we're going to bring this back in. I always walk this one because those teeth are so detailed. So I kind of walk it around with my fingers, right? That's one of the tips. Sometimes if you don't do that, you can tear your paper. And we don't want to do that. You're looking for the magnetic plate. Oh, well, I can tell you where that is. Let me show you. It is in the catalog. I can now show you the catalog too, which always makes it nice. Oh, wait. Okay, so on page 157, it is number 5, the magnetic cutting plate. This is for the full-size machine. Hey, Karen, this is for the full-size machine. The mini one is not quite ready. It will be released later, but the full-size number 5 magnetic plate. Hang on one second. My husband is bringing it to me. He must have heard me talking about it. Thank you, babe. So here it is. This is what it looks like. Okay. Self-healing on the top. This had a lot of cuts done on it last night, and there are some marks in it, but it's not terrible. Hey, Emmy. But this side. So if you were around when they first introduced the magnetic plate for the new die cutting machine, you know that after a few cuts, kind of look like the bottom of a boat, right? Guys, this thing is heavy. It is really heavy. And this metal plate, I don't think it's ever going to bend. So I think we figured out a way to keep this nice and flat, have a little bit of a self-healing mat on the top. And yeah, I think it'll be good. So yeah, so this is on, as I said, page 157, $28 and worth every penny because it really does hold the dies in place very, very nicely. Now, I will tell you, if you get that machine, that plate, the instructions that come with it for making your sandwich are not correct. It tells you that you need platform and then the number 2 piece, which is the thin adapter, and then your magnetic plate, your cardstock, your die, and a cutting pad on top. Everything is accurate with the exception of the thin adapter, number 2. Remove that from your equation. It will not go through your machine if you have number 2 thin adapter in your sandwich. So the sandwich with the magnetic plate is simply, let's pull it in here so you can see. It is the base, which is number 1. It is your magnetic plate, which is number 5. Then you would put your cardstock with your die on it. And then a number 3, which is our cutting pads. Okay. One of the, look at my cutting pad. It's very warped. So you know the answer to that is flip it over, run it through that way, and alternate the plates so that you can reduce that warping. Okay. But yeah, it is definitely a lifesaver, but it is heavy. I will warn you, it is heavy. All right, so now we have our window cut in the front here. And I want to make sure, see what I got going on here. Okay. And I just want to get this last piece of Post-it note tape off. I love that this does not stick and does not tear the designer series paper. Sometimes the washi tape that we've used in the past will tear the paper. And I have a little bit of rough edge here. That's why I say I think I might need new stitched rectangles, but we're going to go with this. All right. And then I'm going to, because we did that, I'm going to just crease that again because we had that open rolling through the machine. Hi, Debbie. Oh, you have your granddaughter. Cool. Oh, okay. So now we have this piece, right? And we're going to use this piece as part of our card design. And I did put adhesive all over when I mounted it to the card front. So it's already fairly well stuck together. I don't think I need to add any additional adhesive. It's going to be the back for our basic white. But before we do that, don't you love the new in color paper, the grid paper? I used them at club last night and everybody's like, can we take these home with us? I'm like, of course. All 5 colors, guys. Look at this. I think there's 5 sheets of each color. It's going to take me a while to get to that purple. There's parakeet and then sweet sorbet. I love, 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 love. I got that off of Amazon, Emmy. It is called Labeling and Cover Up Tape, Post-it, and mine is the 1 inch. They have it in a variety of sizes. All right, so we're going to bring this back in here. We are going to grab a blending brush and some Balmy Blue. Yeah, that's kind of a life-changing. When I found that Post-it note tape, I don't know what, I was using it for something else, and I thought, you know what? I think this will work. See, I'm going to protect that grid paper as long as I can. All right, so we're going to just sponge in a little bit of sky here. I have a fun technique to show you tonight too, in addition to the fun fold. And again, I'm using Balmy Blue. Okay, we're going to stop there because we want it to be light. And then I am going to bring in Gentle Waves. I love this background set. If you are into any of the ocean sets, the seashell set, anything, this is a great stamp for you to have. So I'm going to bring this in. Not going to mount it, just going to leave it lay right there. And then I'm going to bring in OceanFront. And we're going to use this stamp set. And we are going to use it in the Balmy Blue. If I remember, and I will do my best to remember, I will try to post the link in the description below when I post everything else tonight, so you can find the Post-it note tape. So I'm just inking that stamp up. Okay. But I don't want it to be smooth like the stamp itself is. So this very detailed portion of the wave, I'm going to actually kiss my stamp right to that. So this is called the kissing technique. Okay. We're going to kiss that on there. We did this in club last month with another project. that we did. And we use the same technique. We use these same stamp sets, totally different card. And can you see the lines that the stamp, the solid stamp picked up and put in there so it actually looks like the ripples on the water? Does that show up for you? It's so cool. You can do that kissing technique on all kinds of solid stamps against textured stamps. But it works really well with the water. I'm going to lay this aside because we're done with it. And I'm going to close this up before I put my hand in it, which is, you know, always something fun to do. And we're going to bring in one of the other stamps from the OceanFront set. Got some crumb cake here. Just going to ink this up. And I'm going to off stamp that. Ooh. And I'm going to lay some sand in here. Just like that. Do I want to go back over that? Let's see. Maybe just a little bit. That looks good. It is cool. It's very cool to do that. All right, so we've got that portion. This is going to get mounted onto our little piece here that we cut out of our card front. Okay. Before I do that, I'm going to stamp my greeting. And we are using the birthday wishes from Home and Garden. This is also in the current mini catalog. Okay. So we have until June to get that. But this is a great masculine set, feminine set as well, because we have lots of women that are gardeners. But it does have the Happy Father's Day in there. Thanks for helping me grow, Dad. So that's why I say it's a good masculine Father's Day, birthday, whatever you might be celebrating. And we're going to grab our Night of Navy ink. And we're going to stamp our greeting right on there. My husband fixed my ink pad for me, but it didn't make it back into the tote. I have several project kits packed right now for the variety of classes I have going on. So I'm going into some of my older ink pads. All right, so we got birthday wishes. And we're going to shoot. I'm going to drop this. Hopefully I stay on camera for you guys. But if I don't stand a chance stamping away from myself of hitting this even close to where I want to. Not sure I will anyway, but no, we went really high, didn't we? All right, let's try that one more time. Let's see if we can come low. That's good. We'll take that one. Has anybody done that kissing technique before? It's an oldie. It's been around for a while. I've been around for, well, a little over 18 years as a demonstrator, but I've probably been stamping for more like 20, 21. Which doesn't seem possible. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, with the sand. Yep. Okay. Let's stamp our birds before we do that. We're going to bring in the birds from On the Horizon. I think OceanFront and On the Horizon work beautifully together. So I'm going to bring those little birds in here. And we're going to stamp them in Night of Navy as well. You could also use Memento. See, this is why my husband had to fix the ink pad. It's gotten a lot of love over the years. And I do have another one, but it's in one of my other kits. Can you hear my cat sneezing? She's having a sneezing fit over here. It's crazy. All right, so we're gonna bring the birds in and just do them like that. It's a fun one, and it's an easy one, right? We're always looking for those easy techniques. Now we're gonna mount this. Make sure our paper is going the same orientation as the card front. And this is going to go on there in the near future. But now let's work on our inside piece. Are you kind of getting an idea of what's going to happen with this? So I have a piece of 1 by 1 7/8 by 5 inches here. This is, of course, Balmy Blue. And I have the stripes embossing folder. This is one of the pairs. It's the stripes and the splatters. And I really like this. I'm going to emboss this. Now, of course, it's a short one that will fit through the mini embossing machine. So we're going to line it up like this, and we're going to send it through this way first. And then we're going to, then I'll come back and I'll align it, show you how I'm going to align it to get the rest of it embossed. Now, this would normally be able to fit through the mini machine if I wasn't doing a wide length, right? But because I'm doing the wide length, I couldn't pull the mini machine over and do this. And now I'm going to line this up like this. So what I did is I made sure that the dot, where it's already embossed, I'm lining it up on the lines, just like that. And then I'll run that through the machine again to get the bottom half. And I do that with all of the minis. I've used quite a few of them on different projects. I really do like them. So it works out pretty well. And it's pretty easy to line them up. All right. So there's our piece. And that kind of looks like water too. You could hit it with your blending brush if you wanted to darken real light over it, over the lines, you could do that. We're just going to mount that right there. Now remember, that was a 3D embossing folder. It has broken the fibers down in the cardstock really well. So we're going with little short strokes. Hey, Connie, good to see ya. Center that right between our score lines. Then I have one more piece here we're going to bring in. We're going to grab that sand back. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, guys. Yes, please, please, please give me thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you share it, that's even better. I appreciate that. I do a drawing each week for the cards that we make. So somebody will win this card next week. I think I'm going to go this way just for grins and giggles. Just get a little bit of light sand action going here. Oops. And then if you want to go over that center again, you can come back in and do that. Okay, so there we have a little bit of sand action. We need a little bit of interest down here. So we're going to grab some evening evergreen and the tall grass that is in OceanFront. And we're just going to stamp that right here on the edge. Okay. Evening evergreen works great with your Nights of Navies and your Balmy Blues and all of that. And I see a cat hair on my blending brush. The nerve. All right, so I'm inking up my blending brush. I just take it and run it over the Balmy Blue, circular motion. I always start it off so there's not a big blob of ink coming on right away. And I hold it back here at the neck, if you will, rather than, I used to hold them like this. And I found that I was applying pressure unknowingly, and I was getting more of a blob in some circumstances than a smooth blend. So by holding them back here, it allows that neck to bend at will. And it gives your coverage more of a smooth effect. And again, I'm not going to do a lot. I just want a little blue there to tie the whole thing together. we're going to stamp in here. Rest and relax, you deserve it. That one, of course, comes from On the Horizon as well. I always want to test my greetings to make sure they're mounted straight before I stamp them on my project. I might have to sacrifice that ink pad and buy a new one. What do you think? And then this one's going to go right there. So you can see already, probably, this makes a great masculine card. Now this is going to get mounted on the inside flap. Okay. And I'm going to leave the same amount of border at the top and on the right hand side edge. Great use for your Stampin' Seal Plus, your tear and tape. This card is going to get opened and closed a lot, so you want something that's going to hold it in place fairly strong. Okay. You see what's coming? We're going to mount that right there just by applying the adhesive on that side. This is probably one of my favorite fun folds to do. A little bit more involved than a standard gatefold, but not so much so that you're like, holy cow. Right? And we're going to add some adhesive just to that side of our greeting. Look, I'm covering up half my birds. That's all right. Okay, so now if you have a savvy card opener, right, they're going to know to do that. And then it stands up like that, and you have the full panorama, if you will. Or if they open it up like this, they're going to soon realize that they've got to open the whole thing, and they may choose to do that, which is fine. But the effect of having it like this is pretty cool. Okay, what do you think, guys? I'm going to add one more thing here. I feel like the front of it needs a little something something. So we're going to grab some sea glass. These are also in the mini catalog right now. This, did I tell you what this paper was? It's the Lovely Linen. That's the new designer series paper. It's part of a suite in the new annual catalog. Really, really like that whole suite. It actually is a stamp set and a punch. I don't know about you guys, but I love me some punches. Let's put another piece on there. Let's grab this guy. I love that these little sea glass pieces are in different colors. So we're just going to scatter some sea glass on our beachfront. And different shapes, right? All right. Hey, thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. Remember, if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, leave me comments. I'll enter everybody that does those things into the drawing next week. I promise to show you another card. This was my inspiration. My upline sent this to me for recognition for this month. Isn't this one cute? This one's really cute too. And then this one opens up like this. So I did the kind of the same thing here. I used the stripes. She used the bark, which is now retired, of course. I'm off camera, I think, aren't I? Let me come back down here a little bit. So yeah, so and that has the little boat, the punched out boat, which is really cute too. She used cardstock, did embossing, and then hit it with some white craft ink, it looks like. And then some smoky slate cardstock in there with some embossing on the sails and the boat. Very, very cute. And a little bit of that white fuzzy ribbon that we have on the edge there. You like the beach? Good. I didn't even know you were here, Janine. Hi, Janine. Were your ears burning? She was the friend I was out running around with today. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much. I'll be back next Tuesday at 8 with another project. And we'll probably move into the new catalog, although I don't promise, because sometimes I just fall in love with something in the mini. But I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will catch you all on my Facebook page, if you like, at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning for coffee and cards. Sunday night at 8, we'll be doing some stamping as well. Sunday stamping with Lori, and then back here next Tuesday. Have a good week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Bye.